Everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, depending where you're tuning in from. So today is our Friday night hangout. We're gonna be covering some big ticket items here. Start off with, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Chris. I'm out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Personally sponsored by Ben and Heather Reimer and mentored by Sid Ganguly. Some housekeeping rules for you guys. Please have your cameras on out of respect for the speakers. Just helps them to see your screen and see your face and a little bit of interaction. Also, during the process of them speaking, please, out of respect again, keep your microphones muted. And then when called upon, or if there's a question period, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions. All right. So as I mentioned, today we're going to be covering the big ticket items. We're going to be covering our air purifier system, as well as our water treatment system. So first up, we're going to hear from Hirschmeet. He's from Toronto. By profession, he's a landscaper, and in our business, he's a gold producer. Has a very large organization, and it specializes in our water treatment system, the eSpring. So Hirschmeet, I'm just going to give it over to you and go from there.
Hey, Chris, thank you very much for introducing me. It's Himanshu here again. I've been sponsored by Sid Ganguly, a diamond in the business. But before I continue, let me talk about Amway a little bit. Of course, I'm not going to talk about Amway for the opportunity-wise. It's a wonderful opportunity. I'm going to talk about Amway for the product-wise. What Amway stands for the product-wise is all about health and honesty. Okay, if you look at any product that Amway represents, it's all about health. If you start from iCook, the main two highlights of the iCook products are it's very durable, lasts long. I mean, we come across customers who have been using this iCook cookware for about more than 20-25 years. It used to call Queen cookware, which I never know. We didn't know about it. I asked my appliance, what is Queen cookware, and they explained me it's Queen cookware is the predecessor of iCook. But the main highlight of another main highlight of the iCook cookware is while you're cooking, it retains the moisture. It cooks with the own moisture, and it retains the maximum amount of nutrition into the food itself. That's a healthy way of cooking. And the next product I'll say about is Atmosphere, which you will go and get to know about from Bong and Sherrill a bit later on. It is all about health products. The product that I'm going to talk about is eSpring, of course, is the water purification system. So it is all about health also. Look at the Nutrilite, vitamins and supplements. It's all about health, okay? You can talk about the skincare products. Of course, it is a health conscious products. The skincare products are all made with the natural ingredients like fruit concentrate and stuff like that. Come on, look at the cleaning products, environmental friendly products without harsh chemicals in it. Okay, and what kind of detergent? Forget about the laundry detergent itself. Its packaging is biodegradable. So Amway stands for the healthy products. Honesty-wise, the recent experience during the COVID pandemic, if you have visited the grocery store, all the shelves regarding the disinfectants, they are all empty. How to get the disinfectant products from the grocery stores, right? How many of the disinfectants actually help you take care of the coronavirus? Only few of them. And how many manufacturers actually came out at the time and say that, hey, customers, our product doesn't take care of the coronavirus. Better look at some other better products which can actually take care of the coronavirus. Not a single manufacturer came out. All they did is they ride on it and make a quick money out of it. And still today, not a single product came out and say, hey, our product doesn't take care of the coronavirus. Amway is the only company that I know who sent out an email to their business owners that, guys, don't make a false claim about certain Amway products which cannot take care of the coronavirus. And I'm sure all the Amway business owners must have read that email which they received it. So Amway stands for health and honesty at the same time. That's what the Amway all about. So what are the products that we represent? It can tell you that it's all about health. Okay, let's get back to my topic, eSpring. I'm going to talk about the eSpring water purification system first. At the end, I'm going to show you a little demo, and then we can go for the question answer session. The first question that I can ask myself is, do I have some sort of water filtration thing at home. Maybe it could be just simply an attachment at the faucet or a pitcher type filter or something that can help in extra added protection. The reason I ask that question is because then I know that the customer is always, that customer is actually thinking about adding an extra protection. That does not mean the customer thinks that the tap water is worse quality. In North America, it's not a worse quality. Actually, the municipality who provides the tap water, they're doing an excellent job providing a tap water to the community, as long as they follow the guidelines set by the concerning department, right? In USA, it's EPA. In the local government here in Ontario, have a water safety board which regulates the water quality in the province. So they do an excellent job. But most of the customers or most of the residents in the community, they do want to have an extra protection. Okay. The reason I say that is the bottled water industry is about more than $150 billion industry every year. That's a huge and a very big industry, and just keep growing every year. So that shows that every single household, they do buy either bottled water or a filtration system like Brita in their home. Okay, that's where we came in. What we say is that, guys, you are already spending money either in a bottled water or a Brita water filter. We can help you get a product which is more effective than Brita or the bottled water, more convenient than any other thing, and it will not cost you more than what you're paying right now. That's where we come in. Okay, why? Let's compare let me open up my presentation, if I can share the screen. Can I share screen? I think it's not working. Can anybody see my screen?
Himanshu, you can. You have your co-host, so it should be all right.
Can everyone see the presentation?
No.
Making some sort of mistakes.
Yeah, now something's coming.
Now again, okay.
Perfect.
All right, so this is the e-spring purification system that I'm talking about. Now I'll already talk about a little bit of tap water, bottled water, filter water. Now, what are the pros and cons of the tap water? The most people use tap water is because it's convenient, inexpensive. Okay, it provides a safe drinking water. I'm not saying the best drinking water, it's a safe drinking water. Okay, it follows the regulations. Like I said, unlimited supply. You can turn on the tap and you can get the water as much as you want. And I'm talking about the North America wise. Okay, you can get water 24 hours. It eliminates the use of plastic. If you're environmental friendly, of course, that concerns you. So it can eliminate the use of plastic. What are the flip side of the thing is chlorine and other chemicals are present in the tap water. And that's why a lot of people use Brita filter because they just want to get rid of the chlorine from the water, right? Chances of contamination to the transition system, water regulations haven't been updated for more than 10 years. You can go out to your city's website and search and find out that they haven't invested a lot of money into the newer technology to purify the water in more than last 10 or 20 years. Okay, if you look at the apartment buildings, the rental buildings, they do store the water, and their the storage tanks are not clean at all. Okay, the pipes are rusty. We have a client whose water purification system, we have to change the cartridge every 3 months. Okay, because that too much rust into the system, and it doesn't last more than 3 months in that situation. So those are the few reasons. Now, can CT upgrade their system and provide us a better water than what they're giving to us? Yes, they can. So why are they not investing it? Why not investing money in it? There are two reasons. First thing is, it's very expensive to introduce a purification system. Then the water quality purification system is very expensive. Second thing is, I don't know if you know, but 99% of water what they supply goes to the use like flushing the toilets, laundry, watering your garden, the cleaning your driveway and stuff like that. Less than 10% water actually the human beings are consuming for drinking and making food. So it is not a wise idea to invest a lot of money when 90% of the water is just goes for the other use, which does not require a very high level of purification. That's why cities are not intended to spend a lot of money in purification process. Okay, bottled water as it's very convenient for traveling. What they do is they actually use most of the bottled water come from a municipal tap water. They do purify the water, and during the process they lose the minerals, so add the minerals and supply the bottled water to us. The best part is, like I said, like is the Brita water filter, the chlorine is not present in the water. External protection. The flip side of the bottled water is expensive, a lot more expensive than the tap water for sure. Okay, but it's because of high very environmental impact on it because of plastic. Not a lot of people know about the microplastic consumption while you're using a plastic products. Anything that used with the plastic, it releases microplastic, which is not good for your body, which is not good for your health. Okay, and requires a lot of storage space. Now, for your home, if you're using those 18, 20 liter bottles, you cannot just put it anywhere else and use it. You have to have a proper place. It takes a lot of space. Sometimes you might have a dispenser for that, and it requires a lot of space. Now, let's talk. That's where we come into the play. Spring water. What it does is that it improves the taste, odor, clarity of the water. Remove the chlorine and a lot of other 140 different contaminants from the water. It clears the harsh chemicals, certain metals like lead also, which is not used to be in the water. Okay, that's what that cleans out. It retains beneficial minerals. Now, a lot of other systems available in the market, we'll compare that a little bit later on. But some water filtration system, purification system, that removes minerals from it. While in our system, it retains the minerals like magnesium, calcium inside, which is very helpful for our body. It stays inside. It's a two-stage filter. It is a pressed carbon, the filter first, which cleans out most of the impurities. On top of that, it has a UV light, which kills 99% of bacteria, which is present in the body, in the water. So we have the most purified water. You will see the demo a little bit at the end of my presentation, how actually it works. Okay. Now, why eSpring and not the others? Okay. Now, if eSpring, if you really look at it here, it is NSF certified. It has a six different certification by the NSF. NSF is an independent body, National Sanitation Foundation. Now, any organization or any manufacturer, they don't really have to go to the NSF and certify the products. That's not regulated. What Amway decided to do is they volunteer and take their products to the NSF, and they say, this is what we claim for our products. Can you test it? And certify the product that whatever claim we are making it is actually it actually works in our products. And they started with 3 different standard certification on the beginning, but now they added 3 more. So we have altogether about 6 certifications. I haven't seen any water purification system also in the market which has about 6 certifications. The best seller, they call it the reverse osmosis. It has about 2 NSF certification, not all 6 of them. Besides that, we have a lot of other certifications available in the market. Okay. Now, let's talk about the price after. I'm going to compare the products first. Okay. This is the comparison between eSpring, Brita, and reverse osmosis. Now, when we compare Brita, it actually covers the bottled water also because the cost will plus or minus the same thing. Our eSpring water purification cost about $1,200 in the first year. Okay, while Brita, you can buy it for $30, which comes with the 2 cartridges. But to run it for the whole year, you need to buy about 10 different cartridges, because 1 cartridge in Brita, it lasts only for 500 liters. Okay, so that's why I add up the cost to 40 plus 30 is about $70. Now, reverse osmosis, highly talked about products, which starts from anywhere from $500 to $12,000, depending on what brand you are taking and what purpose you are taking it. There was some guy who came to sell the reverse osmosis system in our area. He was actually showing me a monthly plan to buy a water purification system from reverse osmosis. Okay, you actually have to sign up for the program for 10 years. You have to pay a certain amount of monthly fee, and then you have the system in your home. What is the cost for the first year? For eSpring, the cost for the first year is about 24 cents per liter. While in Brita, the cost for the first year is 5 cents per liter. Reverse osmosis, as I said, depending on what you're purchasing, it still requires a cartridge to be replaced every year, like same as eSpring. And it also requires to replace a membrane at every 5 years. All right, so you can calculate the cost depending on what we are comparing with. Cost for the second year for eSpring, it's only 4 cents per liter. The reason is you only have to replace a cartridge at the end of the year. It's going to cost you about $220. So it's going to cost you 4 cents per liter. And on the other side, the Brita, the cartridge costs you for 500 liter, it costs you about 25 bucks. Okay, and I'm talking about a price from a Walmart, not a high-end stores. So when you consider about 10 cartridges per year, it's going to cost you 5 cents per liter. So what is happening here is, if you're using a Brita, you are only getting rid of the chlorine and certain other contaminants, but not purify the water. And you're paying more than our purification system. Reverse osmosis, of course, the cost will be the more, either similar or more than eSpring, because they still have to replace the filter cartridges every year like we do, and the initial cost is very high. Okay, eSpring remove taste and odor, of course they do that. Brita filter does that. Reverse osmosis does that. Now the best part is NSF certification. eSpring has about 6 certification. Brita has no. Reverse osmosis maybe 1 or 2, not more than that. Now wastage of water. Now when you use eSpring water, you turn on the tap, you get the water. No, not a single percent of water is wastage. Brita, it does the same thing. While in the reverse osmosis, you waste a lot of water. Depending on the system, every liter, you might be wasting a water from the equal amount of water, like 1 liter of water, or it goes up to the 12 liters of water that you're wasting. There are some new reverse osmosis system came into the market which claims that zero wastage of water. That's not exactly true. What they do is the wastage pipe, they hook it up back to your hot water tank hose. Okay, the hot water tank system. So instead of going to the drainage, they put it back into the hot water. And on top of that, they still say that it's easy installation. Now, how can it have an easy installation if you have to hook it up to your hot water tank, the reverse pipe? It cannot be done by yourself. You need to ask someone to do it. And I have heard a lot of people, they complain about it, that when they have that system installed, when they turn on the tap water, in the washroom thing, they get the cold water because the water build up in the hot water tank pipe on the top. They're getting the cold water in the beginning, then they get hot water, and in the middle also sometimes they get it. So at the end, a lot of customers have removed that pipe and put it into the drain. So they are, even though they say zero wastage of water, they still wastage a lot of water. eSpring can work on any pressure. Brita, of course, is a pitcher type. You don't need any pressure to work with. Reverse osmosis, what I know is that it works, you require at least certain amount of pressure. It cannot work on any other pressure, not on a low pressure. You need about 20, more than 20 or more than that PSI to work. Okay, instant on. In eSpring, you turn on the tap, you get the water right away. Pitcher, you can get the water from the pitcher right away, but it takes time. You have to fill up the pitcher first, let it percolate through the filter. So it takes time before you get the water. And if you need more water for cooking, once your jug is empty, the pitcher is empty, you are stuck. You have to wait for the pitcher to fill it up again and filter the water for you. Reverse osmosis, yes, you can get the instant water. But again, if you want 1 liter of water, you have to waste a lot of other liters. So it's a lot of wastage also. Now here, this is what the comparison for the thing, for the eSpring. So here's the price for the eSpring water purification system from us. Okay. We have different models available. One is over the counter. Second is the under the counter. Over the counter is about $11.58. That's why I put the average cost of $1,200 for our purification system. Over the counter is about $1,300. The cartridge lasts you for 1 year once you purchase the filter. The replacement cartridge costs you about $220, as I mentioned the cost. Okay, so if you're on the side, if you're still thinking about whether to purchase the eSpring or not, if you have doubts about it, go on the website. If you're a business owner, of course, go on the website. And there are a lot of demos and videos available that you can see. You can get the information. You can make a portfolio if you are trying to sell it to the customers, if you're going to do a presentation. What I usually do is I have an extra water filter at home, system at home, eSpring. I hook it up to my customer's place for a week and let them try it for a week and see how it works. And then I ask for their experience. Most of the times I can close the sale. Okay, some customers have already made up their mind and they don't want it. That's fine. That's perfectly all right. That happens. But 99% of the time you will get the sale if you leave your filter there. So it works out well for me. Okay. Is there anybody who have a question before I go for the demo? Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Himanshu, Sachin here.
Yeah.
In that Brita, you put 240. What is that? $30 plus
So
$240.
$240. So $30 when you purchase a Brita filter for $30, you get only one cartridge with it, which lasts you about 500 liters.
Okay.
But when you are comparing with eSpring cartridge lasts you for about 5,000 liters or 1 year. So I'm comparing the cost for the whole year. So if you buy
Okay.
extra 10 cartridges, it's going to cost you $250 on an average.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so let me go back to let me start a demo.
Chris, can you take it over from here? Meanwhile, while Himanshu is coming back.
All right, guys. So just while he's getting his stuff set up there, I'm just wondering, does anybody have any testimonials, either from their own personal experience with the eSpring, or experience selling it? Like any tips or tricks for anybody here?
Hi, I'm Shubha. I can give you some of my personal testimony.
Perfect.
So, hi, I'm Shubhalakshmi Bhajuri and sponsored and coach mentored by Dr. Smita and Ashok, and my diamonds are Roop and Sid Ganguly. So I'm using eSpring from last few years, and this is awesome, amazing product. It's for me and my family, it's the best water purification system because there are a few reasons. First of all, once you try, if you test it, test is awesome. Once you try the eSpring water and your tap water, then you can feel the difference. It tastes so nice, and it's also free with all odors. Like once you drink the tap water, there is some chlorine or some smells are there. But once you drink eSpring water, there is no odor, no smell, nothing. And because it has so much good qualities, so it's help for me and my family. And I use for everything. In the not only we drink, we use for cooking, we make tea, What else? If I have to soak the chickpea or kidney beans, I soak in spring water. So this is an awesome product. So I will recommend everybody that everybody should have in their family, for their family. So thank you for my side. By the way, I'm not at home. You can see I'm sitting in a car. So back to the host. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share with the eSpring?
Yeah,
Hi, go ahead. No. Go ahead. Yeah.
okay, this is Aisha. I have an ice spring, and I was so much inspired by that lady. She was doing the demo. I drank the water. It was totally different. In India, we used to use a filter, the candles filter, and here I saw that the technology is a bit different here, but the same position. There is in the filter inside, which filters water. Actually, it's a water purifier. The taste is amazing, and the people are, getting a bit convinced to buy. They're telling the prices are there. But for me, my family, even when when I take the water and put on my face, it's really freshening up. Apart from drinking and cooking, we can use for our facials. For the hair also, natural shine. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. So, so does anybody have any questions about the eSpring? Any question that they'd like answered?
Chris
No?
Macho has a power outage. He will not be back, so just move on.
Okay, perfect. All right. So then we'll move on to the next item here. So next up we have Bong and Cheryl. They're going to be discussing the atmosphere, our air purification system. So Bong and Cheryl they're established leaders here in the Winnipeg area. And his team carries the record for the most big ticket item sales. He has been recognized by Amway Canada for his initiative with commercials and his innovation with commercials for the eSpring, the atmosphere, and iCook. So tonight he's going to be covering the atmosphere, our air treatment system. So go ahead, Bong and Cheryl.
Thank you very much, Chris. We're humbled by your introduction. Right before we start, we had a glitch, and we're so much,
prepared. Then last minute,
No.
but yeah.
Computer not
Everything's okay
working,
now.
but everything's okay. But we are Bong and Cheryl. We're from Winnipeg, and like Chris said, we're very passionate about atmosphere and the air, the quality of air we have. And tonight, this is information session. We're gonna share to you about our air filter system, and it may help you. It may guide you for your decision tonight if you're having to get this wonderful unit, air filter unit. And before I delve into the details, I'll let Cheryl speak for a while.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am very happy to be here with you and sharing with you what we know and why we love Atmosphere Sky. Start?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, thank you, Himanshu, for a great presentation. And we were also computing, Cheryl, while listening to you computing, because she's great with numbers. Okay, now let's get into the details. I'll change my camera and let's. So right now, welcome to my digital assistant. This is Jarvis, and Jarvis will help us introduce what is atmosphere, right? One moment. I'm still experiencing technical difficulties, but
Jarvis is still sleeping, maybe.
Mhm. Anyway,
I will assist you, sir.
Thank you, Jarvis. So I prepared a simple video regarding what's happening right now in the world with the El Nino, with the La Nina, and how it affects the air inside our houses too. Right. So please watch, and later on, I'll be having a interactive discussion with one of you guys. I may choose, impromptu, and let's have an interactive discussion. So please watch this. Jarvis.
Millions in California are dealing with the dangers of extreme heat and rapidly spreading wildfires. 103 degrees.
It's too late for us to turn this around. We know that is nonsense. A brighter future? The answers are all around us. People are crazy to think we can't change the world. We care about others. So don't say we're the generation that stood and watched.
Clean air is vital to good health. We take as many as 24,000 breaths a day and spend as much as 75% of time indoors. Yet, did you know indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air? Particles from factories, power plants and cars, or pollen from trees, weeds and other plants, as well as bacteria and viruses, are all harmful outdoor pollutants that are able to invade our homes, even with our windows closed. Inside, new furniture, paint and adhesives discharge harmful gases. Some of your everyday activities generate pollutants, while others expose you to allergens. A healthy humidity level is between 40 and 60%. High humidity promotes bacteria growth and worse, mold, which releases airborne spores, another common allergen. Low humidity means viruses can survive longer and spread more readily. The health impacts of poor indoor air quality are many. Pollutants and allergens enter our lungs and can trigger allergic reactions, whereas dry conditions can lead to dryness of throat and skin and increase the chance of catching a cold or flu. There are passive effects too, like restless, fitful sleeping, snoring, leaving us feeling tired. Vulnerable groups, such as children, the elderly, pregnant women and people with conditions like rhinitis and respiratory allergies need to be even more mindful.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just presented to you a simple video that may change your perspective about air, right? So, with spotlighting committee, can you spotlight some people? And I want to hear your takeaways regarding what we have shared to you, this 2-minute video. And could you please spotlight Chris, our host? I'll pick anyone. Is Ankur here? Dr. Ankur and Dr. Smita. Please spotlight. Thank you very much, spotlighting team. So, is Dr. Ankur here?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry for the impromptu, guys, but we want to know your insight. What have you learned for the short video that we showed to you? And in 30 seconds or less, you can share it to the rest of the group. Start with you, Chris.
I wanted to hear from the other two first. You got 2 doctors.
Because you're the thorn among the roses, right? No joke. No.
I'd like to hear their opinion. Actually.
Anyone can start. Anyone can start.
I can start.
Yes, please.
Sorry, I mean I'm stuck in the traffic, so cannot on my video.
Of course.
So I think think I'm in California, so we are experiencing the Dixie fire here, which is basically not contained at all and it's spreading as well. And so we are expecting a very poor air quality in the Bay Area. So definitely, when it got started last year, I looked into it and I invested in the air purification system. And I think I have been experiencing great results so far in my home as well, as we are homebound. So yeah, I mean, the air quality inside the home is getting poorer because we are in home all the time. And it creates more and more fumes from the cooking and, from the bathrooms and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to share and, my experiences and encourage everyone to look into air purification system.
Thank you, Dr. Akur. How about you, Dr. Smita?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Bang and Cheryl. Yeah, definitely, as Dr. Ankur said, ditto to that. But, we all know that our air is like we are breathing on every single day. It's a kind of a slow poison if you are not breathing in the healthy air atmosphere. And as you showed all the news and all the information about our air purification system. And the best thing I like about this, it basically filters 0.0009 microns. That's like a really, that is basically, if you take your one hair, and I think it's 1/30th part of the smallest particle, it can filter actually. And I'll just do a quick testimony. Actually, my in-laws, they used to have a dog in the house. And, whenever you enter if you have a pet in the house, you don't feel that, you don't smell that. But if someone else comes from outside, you have a very specific pet smell. And remember my father-in-law, they brought the dog in our house here, but due to our atmosphere, they didn't feel that smell. And they actually took our atmosphere with them actually. They said, you know what, we need it. So specifically, if you have pet, and nowadays in COVID, I think having a pet is a status thing, I think. In my neighborhood, everybody has a dog now. So if you have a new pet, I think you should get the atmosphere for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smita. How about you, Chris?
All right. So, for me, I kind of could repeat everything that everybody says here, but what I think of it is, having in my house, there's me and my wife, we have 5 boys, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. So with everybody having been home the last year, I just think of how often I've changed my furnace filter. And that's only catching the big particles, right? Imagine all the stuff that it's not catching, right? And if you look at your furnace filter and how dirty is your furnace filter, right? Now imagine that's catching the big particles. Now what's getting through there, right? So,
yes.
Right. So
we totally agree to you, all of you guys. Thank you very much for your participation. This is all impromptu, and let's proceed to the next. So let's talk about our takeaways, Cheryl, and we broke it down into smaller pieces, right? Why do we need
The parts of others.
why do we need what's the importance of clean air, right? Like Dr. Smith said, 30% to 40% of North Americans have allergies, whatever allergies, airborne or any type of allergies. And 65% of North Americans have pets, like Dr. Smith said. We have pets also. And other than that, the potential pollutants, like the video said, can enter our houses.
Even if it's closed.
Even if it's closed, the windows are closed. Bacteria, viruses, molds, and pollen, dust mites, and for people who have smokers in the house, of course, the smell of the cigarettes, right? It sticks to the furniture and also to our clothes. I remember, before atmosphere came to our life, you're going to the office or a party, and afar, people can detect what you've been eating for the last hour or 2 hours, right? Because they can smell the food in us, and the people will at the back of their mind, they will say,
Can't touch this.
can touch this person because it might stick also to their clothes, right? So it happens to me. It happens to me. It happens to probably to everyone. So other than that, let's delve into the technicalities of and what are we presenting right now? We're talking about air. So let's talk about the technical details of the sky atmosphere. All right, Jarvis, play file number 120539, password sky.
I will assist you, sir. Searching for the information.
Everyone, let's welcome. This is Sky Atmosphere, the most advanced air filtration system in the world. And probably in our opinion, right? So this is the 3D model. 3D model of sky atmosphere. So anyone who haven't seen what is sky atmosphere, this is around 29 inches by 16 inches by 12 inches. So you can imagine how big is the unit. And Cheryl, what else can you say about this amazing?
Well, as you can see, the design is really slick. It's a great addition to your living room or your bedroom. It's very quiet. It actually has a sleep mode, so yeah, and it automatically adjusts itself based on the quality of the air in your room, in your house. So.
And this is the upgraded version of the original atmosphere. And
Yeah, of course.
as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there is a roller at the back of the atmosphere. It used to be just flat. So anyone who wants to drag the atmosphere from one room to another, they have to carry it before. Now you just slide it using the roller and it saves your back. It's one of the features that they upgraded right now. Now let's delve into the insides. What is inside atmosphere, right? So this is the side view of the sky atmosphere. If you open it up, right? So the first part is you can see the stage 1 filtration is by the pre-filter. Pre-filter is a washable filter, and what I do sometimes is I just vacuum it. The pre-filter, it can trap hair, lint, dust, which and bigger
The bigger ones,
the bigger particles, right? And
yeah, as Chris said, stuff that your vent filter gets. That's what the pre-filter is
all right,
capturing.
The second stage of filtration is using a HEPA filter, and this device, this
magical,
is the heart. I mean, this is where the magic begins, where the filtration, like Dr. Smith said, 0.009 from the version 1. Now it's upgraded to 0.0024 microns, or the size of the particles that it can trap. So this is like a corrugated paper, but it's a special one. So if you stretch it, it's around 9.6 meters. In that small plastic filter,
the HEPA filter, when you stretch it, it's 9.6.
And based on the studies way back February 2018, this HEPA filter can filter 99.99% of the airborne allergens and contaminants. And how many contaminants that?
There's a lot.
A lot, right? Around 300 contaminants that our air filter, sky atmosphere can do. And like I said, it can filter as small as 0.0024 microns. So imagine this: get a hair, and your hair. Imagine that, shrink it 7,000 times.
That's how 0.24 micron.
I have here, everyone is familiar with the mask. The mask can only filter 0.07 microns. So imagine the particles, we're breathing. These are some of the particles that we breathe.
This is a very good representation of,
how powerful our sky atmosphere is. So a virus is around 0.1 microns. A bacteria is 1 micron. Another type of virus, which is PM2.5, which is 2.5 microns. Our red blood cells is around 8 microns, and another type of virus is around 10 microns. So like I said, this mass is okay up to 0.07 microns. So, but after that, we throw it away, and that's it. So it's sky atmosphere with the lifespan of a HEPA filter can last up to
3 years.
3 years, depending on how, the condition.
Yeah. If your air is really poor, then you have to change your HEPA filter.
Every
much
once in a while.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next stage is the carbon filter. This is one of the unique features that is not present from most of the competitors. Carbon filter, like I said,
Is an activated carbon.
yeah, it reduces eliminates the cooking smell, the pet smell, the smoking smell, and the activated carbon is made up of coconut husk. It's natural coconut husk, and it can cover, based on studies, the activated carbon inside this filter can, as much as if you put air into a bottled water, the usual bottled water, the 500 ml, you can fill in 4,250 bottles of air. And that's how powerful sky atmosphere can filter in a minute. Remember that, in a minute. So, and also equivalent to 207 standard size football field. All right. So, like earlier, lunchtime, Cheryl made a tender, juicy steak. Of course, it's.
I did I barbecued on my pan, on my iCook.
Yes, and while she's cooking, we are. I know it's behind the atmosphere, but we run the atmosphere, and yeah, it's fun. Unlike if anyone have seen while I was playing the BJ earlier, I was using this. Of course, I cannot say the brand, but most of us are using a fabric odor reducing spray, just to hide, just to mask the smell of the house, right? And it's not. I mean,
it's not healthy.
It's not healthy, probably.
It's just masking the odor, but atmosphere is actually taking out the odor, taking out everything else, anything that's bad in the air in your home.
And in our case, the best model for our, when we promote this is our dog. She loves this. I mean, she'll.
Yeah, we have a dog, but if you come here, you won't smell anything because we have
the sky atmosphere. Okay, then. Next thing, behind all of this is a powerful motor that can suck in and clean the air. There's a feature called Clean Air Rate Delivery, or CARD, which is this unit is actually certified by an institution called AHAM, American Home Appliances Manufacturers. So they give this seal of approval to, they say that if you say this, you must do this. And they test it. They are independent institution to test that what you say is what you deliver to the customer. And we are fortunate that we have air filtration system that is certified by the AHAM body. At the same time, later on, I'll show you the rest of the certifying body why Atmosphere is a great air filtration unit. All right. Now, before we go to the app, I want you to see the top, the panel of the Atmosphere. What's on the top, right? So let's play it. Welcome to the control panel of Atmosphere Sky. As you can see, there is an on and off switch. There is a panel for the Bluetooth signal. There is a panel for the fan speed. And also there's a panel, an indicator whether it's time to change for the filters. Green when it's new, it's a new filter. Red when it's time to change. Atmosphere Sky can be controlled manually. And of course, if you download the app, and as long as the unit is on, you can connect to the Wi-Fi and control the settings anywhere in the world. So that's the control panel of Atmosphere. It can be bought separately once that part is damaged. We had the experience, and Atmosphere was purchased around 4 years ago. And the good thing, we have this thing called renewable warranty. Atmosphere Sky has a 2-year warranty.
Yeah, but if you change your filters on time, it can be extended to 5 years.
Up to 5 years.
So we had a problem on our 4th year because we changed our filters on time. We are covered, so they sent a new unit to us. So that was wonderful.
All right. All right, then. So let's delve into the Connect experience. So what I'm trying to say is the app itself. I love the app. Like I said, we can control the unit as long as connected to the Wi-Fi and it's on anywhere in the world. While you're on vacation, you're in the office, you're away, you just use the app. It's called Atmosphere Connect app. And the beauty of this app is, one, it shows you the quality of air inside the house. Two, it shows you the quality of air outside the house. As you can see, my app, my Atmosphere is called Green Lantern. You can name your Atmosphere whatever name you will. But there is an on button. There is a button for knowing the quality of air inside. There is a button to monitor how much light is in there with your filters. The three filters, 4 filters, right? 3 filters. Now, if we press the particle, how do you call this? The inside air button. It will show you if your inside air is good, moderate, fair, and it will tell you specific time when it's bad, when it's good, when it's moderate, right? Next is, like I said, it also monitors the outside the house. So if you're going out, if you are a person who has allergies with the air, pollen or grasses, weeds, you can monitor the particles blowing outside the house, so you can be prepared before you go out. The next is you can monitor the life of the filters like this. The pre-filter is at 72%. The HEPA filter is at 94%. And the carbon filter is 71%. Now, through the app, you can also buy. If you know that it's time for replacement, use the app, and it's you can order it directly without any hassle. And now, if you are someone who wants to sleep without anyone bothering you, there is a mode for the atmosphere called night mode. So it's very quiet and you can sleep without hearing bothering you, right? And you can also use an auto mode. If like this morning when Cheryl's cooking, I want to eliminate the smoke in the house and the smell in the house. So I just put it in auto mode. So it can determine how fast, how slow the motor can do. Okay. This is another graph that the app can show, and also, like I said, you can buy the filter through the app. Now, why Atmosphere? Why it's the best? We receive a certification from 3 bodies. Number 1 is the institution called Energy Star. And what is Energy Star?
Well, it certifies that the unit is energy efficient.
Mm-hmm. And
won't raise your electric bill.
Yeah, I'll show you later how much consumption Sky Atmosphere have, right? And another is the BAF, or the British Allergy Foundation. We just recently got this certification, and because of this pandemic, we were certified that this unit removes allergens and contaminants in the air. And lastly, AHAM, American Home Appliances Manufacturer. Like I said, we want to certify that what you advertise is what your unit do. So when you say that it delivers 72 liters of clean air per minute, they will test that. This is an independent body. Now, I've done some comparison. I know some friends who have other products, air filter products. Price range would be the same, I say, in the same. The only thing that I've noticed from their product and our product is we have 3 stages filtration, and theirs has 2, the pre-filter and the HEPA filter. And none, I think I haven't found anyone who also includes odor filtration
Or the activated carbon.
Yeah. Right now in Canada, this is around 1916, which is compared to other competitors, which is 1,000 to 2K. How do you, because Cheryl is the great with computation, how can you translate that in a matter that
Cost per day,
Mhm.
it's cheaper than your Tim Hortons coffee, medium.
How much can you?
It depends. If you have Atmosphere, if we use 5 years as an expected useful life, which is very short, it's $1.05 per day. But I expect my Atmosphere to run for 10 years, so that's half of that. It's
75 cents per day?
If it's if we expect Atmosphere to be useful only for 5 years, but my expectation is it's going to last more than that. So
And if it is last only 2 years?
it's cheaper than 1 cup of
Mhm. And if it's lasts only 2 years, it's around.
No, it can't.
It can. Okay. Sorry, I'm not great with
You
the
have
numbers.
you have extended
So,
warranty
yeah.
for 5 years.
Yeah.
So
All right.
that's why I computed for 5 years
All
because
right.
of the warranty.
All right. So what are you getting if you buy an Atmosphere? Number 1, we have a 3-stage filtration system, which is the pre-filter, the HEPA filter, and the carbon filter. Others have 2. Other benefits is it removes 300 contaminants, and we are assured that 99.99% airborne contaminants, particles as small as 0.0024 microns is filtered through our system. And we have 3 certification. You cannot discount that. The filters will vary depending, like we said, how the condition of your
Wow, the quality of the air in your home.
Then the cleaning power, like I said earlier, it can give clean air 300 cubic feet per minute, which is roughly around 4,200 bottles, bottled air, our usual water bottle. And energy consumption compared to others, it's just between 2 to 50
50
watts.
watts. Imagine.
And others may vary from 15 watts to 100 watts. And,
And also, I want to expound what is HEPA filter. In any surgical room, a surgical room has to be sanitized and it's sterile, right? So what is the filtration system in a surgical room? They use HEPA filter. So I have comfort that my house is as clean as a surgical room.
Nice, nice. And without that, that's all our information about eSpring. We love sorry, Himanshu. I love Atmosphere, and this is one of the best product that we promote every month. And
This is manufactured by Amway, distributed by independent business owners like ourselves. And we're very proud of it. So if anyone has any questions.
And with that, we're open to questions, and thank you very much. Back to Chris, sorry.
Woo!
All right. So
I have a question. I have a quick question.
Go ahead. Yeah.
How did you make that mini bong? That was amazing. And where can we find it?
Who's this? Is this Sajin, my amazing upline? It's I have a studio. I'm a photographer and a commercial director also. So I have green screen at home. So I'm working on a green screen curtain.
Now we have to come to Winnipeg to learn from you. Everyone is going to come to Winnipeg.
Sure.
Everyone is welcome to Winnipeg, You are welcome.
All right. Does anybody else have any questions for Bong and Cheryl regarding the atmosphere?
I have a question. First of all, thank you so much for this amazing presentation. I was so much into awe and learned so much, even though I have this air purification system. So I always have this in my mind. How, should we turn off this ever, or should we always keep it on?
Well, if there's no one in the house, right? For example, if you're out the whole day, you can choose to turn it off. It's up to you. Anyway, you can connect, right? But if there's someone, like if you have a pet in the house, it's just leave it on. In the first place, 50 watts. Right? It doesn't take too much energy to have it on. So
$2, right?
I'd say leave it on. It's nice to come to a house, you're sure it's clean.
Since the pandemic, we work from home, March, Atmosphere Sky is running 24/7.
We've always had it running for 24/7.
24/7. And we go when we go to vacation, we just turn it up once in a while, and I'll see on my app, time to turn it up. I'll run it for 30 minutes and turn it off. So it depends on you.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the user.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Any other questions? Okay.
I have
So
a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, you guys
Hi.
mentioned that when you're cooking, you turn on something special on it. Can you explain that to me, please?
All right. I'll show you something about while you're here.
I will assist you, sir.
Yes, Jarvis.
Search.
I'm gonna show you this. So all right, this is very quick. Okay. Oops. This is Cheryl. Um, okay, this is Cheryl. A few hours earlier, and she's cooking
I'm doing.
steak.
I'm barbecuing on my pot.
Barbecue, and I cook. Now, while she's doing the barbecue on top of the stove, at the back, her back.
You see that the top of atmosphere. The first button is the on and off, right?
The
And
blue
you
one.
see it means it's on auto mode. So the fan will run based on the quality of air in the house. So see, it's in full. It's full
The
because
red.
I'm
the red.
barbecuing inside. That's why.
So that's it. I mean, you just turn it on, press the A for automatic, and depending on the quality of the air surrounding it.
Yeah, it will adjust accordingly. So I usually have it on automatic mode, so it will adjust.
And at
Than me changing.
And at night, I just put it in a night mode, so it's very quiet.
Very quiet. If it's in night mode, there's
a blinking light.
Yeah, it's red.
Yeah.
Remember?
Anyway, I hope we answer your question.
Yes, thank you. That helps.
You're welcome.
Back to you, Chris.
All right. So I would also like to remind everybody, please turn on your video. Again, out of respect for all the speakers, please have your video on, if at all possible. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions for Bong and Cheryl? No? Then we'll take some testimonies as well. Again, anybody have any testimony they'd like to share regarding their personal experience with the atmosphere or with selling the atmosphere?
I do, Chris. I do.
Perfect.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanya. So I'm from Australia. So yes, I'm Asian, but I'm Australian. I was born here. So my actual testimonial / sales, whichever way it goes. So I actually didn't think I ever had any problems with air quality, to be honest. He here knows that, when you go home to your mum and dad's cooking, like you can smell fish sauce, like from a mile away, and I just thought, yes, mum's making her mudfish noodle soup. It's going to be delicious. Anyway, I brought home one of my Asian friends one time and they just went, and I just didn't realize what it was. And so I just thought it was just really per normal. But then when I actually entered the business, Alan actually had this machine and I was like going, what's that weird machine? So he told me about it and I didn't think anything of it, to be honest, because I thought, no, it's just air. Like, what's the difference? And then when I walked by, as Cheryl had just said earlier, with the light switching on and off, like green, yellow, and goes red because the air quality, I just thought, oh, that's so different. So my mum and dad actually came over to our house. And this was our wedding, to actually be honest, our wedding. I live really far from my parents and my family. So they came over at house and they just saw it and they just asked about it. And then I just told them about the atmosphere and like air purification. And they were in the beginning, they were very similar to myself. They didn't know anything about it. Until like one day I actually did exactly as most people would do. They would bring this guy home or atmosphere over to let the customer or whoever to use it to try it out for 1 week. And my brother actually has very severe asthma. Beside from that, my mom's cooking is awesome, but in the very small duplex that they have, you could always smell what she was cooking, and our neighbors would know as well. And at the same time, my brother had really severe asthma that, he always had to use an inhaler. Basically, I brought it over and he started using his room for a week. And mum really noticed the difference that he actually didn't have to need to use the inhaler. So mum straight away just goes, yep, just get me 3 then. And I'm like, 3? And she goes, oh, wait, no, I want 4. And so I'm like, okay. And so when the pandemic came around, I actually told them as well with the Micron, actually how it can actually filter out the HEPA filter that Bong had really not kindly did the little dancing, little mini Bong came up. They actually saw the benefits and the health side to it as well, and they were like very happy to invest in something that was such like high quality from the get-go, because they just didn't understand it as well. Another personal testimony is actually at our house, we actually have 4 cats. So we constantly have our atmosphere on. And we actually, as the front filter part, it actually picks up all the cats from the hair. So cat's hair. So it's just, and then I'm lazy, I don't really wash. I just go along and I just vacuum it, and it's like all this amount into the vacuum cleaner, and you can actually see it straight away. I'm one of those people that, I walk out of the house because in the house we have the atmosphere going, so the air quality is really good. But as soon as I walk out the front door, I start sneezing because all the pollen. So then I just go back inside sometime. I'm like, oh. But yeah, Alan just laughs at me because I just didn't realize that all these kind of things outside in the world, you can get pollen, you can sneeze and all that. But then I actually use the atmosphere side, and it's absolutely amazing. And I'll pass you to Alan to share.
Yeah, hi everyone, Alan here. Yeah, totally agree with what everyone shared so far, Tanya and Bong and Cheryl. The atmosphere is a really good machine to know if you smell or not, because if you leave it on auto and you walk past and then the fans kick up, you smell, you gotta have a shower. So don't do any in-person meetings. My personal testimonial, I suffer really badly from pollen and allergies, and what I know last time is that before I had the atmosphere, I would sleep, but then I'd wake up and it wouldn't feel like a full rested sleep. But after I got the atmosphere, I would always make sure I switch it on to full blast 30 minutes before I go to bed, switch it down to the lowest power to make the noise nice and quiet, and then I'd go to sleep with it on running the whole night. And I noticed after using it, I slept really well. And then when I woke up, I didn't feel like that haze. It was such a nice sleep. Also, obviously, like what Tanya mentioned, we do have 4 cats. So there's a lot of fur in the house. We do Asian cooking, so there's a lot of burning. So it's good to get rid of your mistakes in the kitchen. In terms of business-wise, this is such a great investment. What I was always taught is that number one, we got to use a product for ourselves so that we have a testimony. People will want to buy, or they'll have an interest in a product if we can share a testimony or a story about why the product is good for us. And so number one, first and foremost, there's a huge health benefit. Number two, from a business perspective, it's a really great investment. In the beginning, if you sell an atmosphere or an eSpring, yes, it's an active income. But every year thereafter, if you sell an eSpring, they're to come back to buy the filtration, the replacement cartridge, because they want to continue having good, healthy water, or they need to come back and buy the HEPA filters because they want to keep wanting to have that clean, healthy air. So initially, yes, it's an active income where you're actively selling the product, but then it becomes a passive income. So if you have a goal, as an example, to sell 1 eSpring, 1 atmosphere every single month, you have a big hit in the first month of sales, but then every year thereafter, you also have to repeat passive volume. So that was from a business perspective. In terms of the core IBOs, our leadership, we encourage people, look, if it's within your budget, go and get an eSpring, go and get an atmosphere, because you're going to benefit health-wise anyway. But then also after that, please make sure you also consider how would you sell these products. So I believe in the sales world, it's called the puppy dog close, where you let people try the atmosphere for a week, let them see the benefits, take it away so that they feel the sadness of not having the product anymore, and then they'll want to come back and try it again. But atmosphere is a fantastic product, and it's very portable. We don't have the cool features you guys have. I like the Wi-Fi connectivity thing that you were sharing about, Bong. We have to manually press the button or get a big stick. So with that, we pass it back to Chris.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. With that, I want to thank Hirschbeat and Bong and Cheryl for their sharing tonight and all the wisdom they shared with us. Next thing we want to do is call some of the leaders and just have them quickly talk about the profitability of the big ticket items. We'll start off with Arvind and Poonam, please.
Hey, good evening, Chris. Thanks for inviting us on this wonderful evening. And I'm very excited to be here because when you learn about your products which you are representing, you are called a brand ambassador, and I'm sure you're an IBO, and means you are independent to take any kind of business decisions for yourself. But I'm not gonna be giving a sales pitch on this one, but truly, and I'm gonna take what Alan said very well, that business decision. And this business decision, if you love your loved ones and yourself, surely you should do the research. Go and click on air water purification system, click on air filtration system, and you know what, everything you will learn by yourself. Means this is what exactly I did. Means I wasn't sold out in the beginning on these products. I was thinking it's total commercial presentation and everything is just money, money, money. Everybody. So now Bong, if he has done a presentation 10 years ago to me, I would say, hey, he's trying to sell me. Okay. And honestly, and there's nothing wrong in it, right? Lately, I understood, hey, that investment versus spending. Somebody was talking that, are you spending money or you're investing? So honestly, I'm investing in my products because they are directly related to my health and and my family's health. See, most of the time we are so busy in making money to live better life, but we ignore these small things in our life, and then we go and look at the doctors, and then we spend a lot of money in our health issues. So this is the right time for you. If you are making a choice that you love your loved ones, please go and check these products out by yourself. Do your own due diligence, okay? And you will find, because we did, when we started the business, I very well remember that our orders, when in the beginning, like 4 or 5 months after, I think in 4 or 5 months, we bought our water purifications, right, Poonam?
Our first time 300 PV was through eSpring.
Through eSpring. The reason we found the value, because exactly I agree with what Himanshu was talking about. We were living in an apartment building and the water wasn't very pleasant, by the way, because chlorine means it was pushing me back not to drink that water. Means I'm sure that building was very old. Okay, we understood that fact. Means it's not that I have to pose to you all to impress you, but honestly, when you utilize these products, invest that money. I'm sure it is one time, but it's gonna pay you for better health, and you will be happy. I was the person, I came from India, I remember, and I had a problem. Like every now and then, I was having a cold and cough, and I was fond of some medications. I brought some and then I started buying from here. But I remember when we bought our air purification system, after that I found, yes, I was using my Nutrilite multivitamins. It was building my immunity inside, but air quality. Here doors are closed all throughout the year. Means it's a summer, our doors are closed because where air conditioning is on. In the winters, our doors are closed and we are breathing that same air. It's like a recycling. So you need to, when you're recycling, please put a filter so that your recycling air is pure and health gives you a health benefit. This is what I would say. Poonam, why don't you share your?
Yes, so Arvind mentioned about the testimonies that honestly we coming from India, very new, did not know the water is clean or not, air is clean or not, but we bought everything just because the business says buy, these are your product, use your product. So very early we understand these are my business, this is my business, my product, I need to experience that. And based on that, anybody who came in our business, they always prefer to buy those products. Okay, so that was for starting. Next thing, selling this product and profitability, right? I mean, once you have it, it's so easy to explain anybody. I mean, that air purifier we set up in so many houses to let them know that how this work. And it's recent experience like mine. Last year only I sold 5 of them, right? And then the good thing somebody mentioned here is like it's recurring PV and money, right? I sold 5 carbon filter this year, plus my eSpring filter. So think about it, that the business is very, very profitable. It's up to you that how much exactly you want to make it from here. To do this, I mean, you don't have to be a certain level to do this kind of sale or kind of promotion or kind of 150 PV is like 1 filter, 2 filter. I mean, every month you can do it. So like when you see people like us doing 1000 PV personal, 1500 PV personal, I'm so proud of my team, and so as my team. Like I'm so proud of Sonia. She literally sell a lot of eSpring, and then she had it from day one, and she sells a lot. Goes to Malini, same thing. She have it and she sells a lot. I mean, she sells this spring, like she placed an order. She said suddenly PV gone up. So what was that? Oh, there was a one eSpring order was there. So we bring the order just like that. So thing is that understand this is the business, understand your product, that how good it is, and then have one to promote somebody.
I want to add one thing. We remember that a few years ago we went to one of the house. Somebody gave their name to us, and we went with our eSpring water purification system. And that gentleman was very, very picky. You know, he was thinking that we are one of them. You know. And I said, hey, you know what? We are here to just install it for you, and we will leave this unit with you. We are not going to be charging you anything. Only thing, because it's a referral, somebody referred your name, and I'm sure that you're a very conscious person, and I can understand. We are not here to, promote anything to you. You have no obligations. We had that second. We have a second unit sitting here. That second unit is for demonstrations.
Yeah.
Because people want to see that, do we believe in the product? Do we believe? Are we a salesperson or we are users? And they realized they were coming from different angles, and they were trying to probe us. And I was telling Poonam, hey, we are facing this situation every day. But now it's very second nature. If you have the product, you can recommend anybody, and people can see through your eyes. We didn't get the order right away, but we get later on the order.
Yes, so many. I mean, we had one unit, so anytime we are going to show it to somebody, install it their home, leave it for 1 or 2 days. Now we were not drinking that water, right? So we are just like, as soon as our budget allowed, we right away bought the next unit just for the demo. So anybody is asking for the how your water purifier look like, it's not only talking, hey, I can come and install you into your home, leave it for 2-3 days or for a week. You can experience and let me know. Same with goes to my atmosphere. Anywhere I sell the atmosphere, they have seen my atmosphere. My atmosphere was in their house for 4-5 days. That's how I promoted my products big time.
And you know what? It's a tax write-off. The best thing is tax write-off for business owners like us. You can, write off. You can go to your accountant, and whatever receipt you have, just send it, give it to them. They will, you're as a business owner, you can tax write-off in Canada. I don't know about Australia, but here you can do tax write-off. So it's a very, very smart investment. And recurring business is there, and I love what Alan said. Passive PVs, active sales, but passive PVs will come. All right, great. Back to our host. Thanks.
Yeah, and great presentation by
Bong and Cheryl.
Yeah, now should we have more information, so I think I can sell more now. Yes, back to our host.
Chris.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Next, let's hear from Shukan Samita.
Hi, everyone. We're Shukan Samita. We learned a lot about these high-ticket items tonight, and a lot of questions for people is the pricing. I think these products are very expensive, but we saw testimonials tonight. We saw excellent presentations. With eSpring, we found out that eSpring costs less per use than the Brita filter. Those glass pitchers. So over the life, eSpring costs about a few cents a liter. So it's not expensive at all. I remember when I used to live in a condo, it's old building. And so as soon as we started drinking the tap water, it tasted so bad. And right away, we just knew that we had to buy bottled water outside because it tastes so bad, so much chlorine taste in the old buildings. And then to lug up those jugs of filtered water, in the grocery store, they sell bottled water in big cases. They're heavy to go up in elevators in a condo. So that's why, the eSpring, it's amazing because it's in your home. You don't have to carry nothing, and it's clean, pure, fresh water. And water is slow poison. Believe me, because and all the advances in medical technology, cancer is still there, asthma, all these diseases are still there because the air we breathe and the water we drink, those are the true slow poisons in our body. And until you fix that, no matter how much there is in research and science, we're not going to fix that. So that's why it's not just an investment for your business, it's an investment for your health. So it's really important. And don't think about the profitability.
Yeah, definitely. And first of all, great hosting, Chris, and thank you so much, Himanshu and Ba and Cheryl. That was like amazing. I hope all of us, picked up something and we can just, apply to, enhance our retail on these big ticket items. And you know what, I will say, like, for the new IBOs, like we have a lot of new IBOs here on the call, the best thing is you have your own. I know it's a big ticket item. Maybe your finances doesn't allow you. It's a little expensive, you think, but I will say, what, invest on one of the, one of the items, either eSpring or Atmosphere, start with. And, you don't need to go to your upline house to see or show your people the big ticket item. And that really makes a big difference when you have your own, when you start using it. And then, because what happens when you have your own, people comes to your home, they drink it, they feel it. Like I have actually Shala in our team. She's a family. She's my sister-in-law. So she is having a great, big bad allergy. Like she bought a house, she changed the carpet, everything, but the allergy is still there. But somehow, whenever she comes to my home, she says, I sleep so nicely. So then I said, what, maybe it's our atmosphere, because we have carpet actually all over in our house upstairs. Ashok likes carpet. So we have carpet everywhere, but still she noticed that. And then last year she invested it. So it's very important, to your IBOs to promote your new IBOs to have that big ticket item, because once when IBOs will have it, then only they can retail it, right? Because the personal touch is very, 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 very important, right? And PV wise, Arvind and Poonam covered everything. I don't want to repeat everything, but eSpring has around 322 PV. Atmosphere has around 522 PV. So especially, if you are in, you are in your 1500 PV qualification or 2500 PV goal or 4000 PV goal, if you are short, you can just, we have like 3-4 days, you can buy one of these big ticket item. And as Arvind said, there's tax write-off, so you can claim in the tax. And, I always keep one eSpring for the demonstration, as Poonam was saying, and I always keep one in my inventory, because sometimes nowadays things are going in back order so much, right? So if somebody ready to buy the eSpring, now eSpring is in the back order, mostly not everybody has an inventory, right? So I will say, like, I keep it, it's a good investment to have it in your inventory, the eSpring as well. So,
and also because people, if you have it, they'll buy it right away.
Exactly.
Otherwise they'll say, okay, I'll buy it next week, and then next week they may not have money left anymore. So
yeah, no, it happens a lot. And as Poonam said and Himanshu said, it's a great idea to start with your own, and then you can and some of you must be thinking, like, because whenever I talk about eSpring installation, people think about plumbing. But you know what, I can fit the eSpring, like above the counter one, you really don't need any plumber. All you need, one the screwdriver thing, and that's it. You can just change it. So anybody can change it. There's no plumbing involved, right? And very important, like whenever I talk about eSpring, I always talk about the cost per use. That's it. I talk about the price at the end. In the end, only thing is you have to talk about how much water you are getting, 5,000 liter water, and what's the cost per use, those things, and then you close the sale. So yeah, with that we are done. Back to Chris. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So next, let's hear from Gurjot.
Hello. Hi, Chris. You're doing a fantastic hosting job. And hello, Gungali's team. It's Gurjot here in Winnipeg. So you are allowed to visit Winnipeg section if anyone who comes has to have a East Spring atmosphere and I cook. That's the deal. And then Winnipeg will welcome you in the airport or the border. So I just want to say I had a customer attend this session, and they're super excited to follow up with me on the East Spring. It's just somebody I met who was complaining about the taste of water, and they just happened to have time this evening and connect. So thank you, Himanshu, my upline, for that great presentation. And Bong and Cheryl, I'll follow everybody else and say that was just fantastic. That was super fantastic. A lot of information packed. So I'll be very brief. In my experience, from like studies, I actually did a business case in business school where they talked about the #1 cause of death in the whole world is air pollution, death by air pollution. And that doesn't happen just suddenly overnight, that happens over time. So even for younger people, if we're not careful of what kind of quality of air we're breathing in, that has an effect to us later in life, right? And health problems. And since I've been surrounded by doctors in my home, I have a father who's a physician, a brother and a sister, and who all use the atmosphere air treatment system. My father was much older, and his experience was that he could truly notice the difference in his lungs and breathing, like they said. And then my brother, he's allergic to everything. He's even allergic to grass. He can really feel the difference with his allergies. And me, I'm just that person who complains about the smell in the house of cooking. So I just appreciate that the atmosphere gets rid of the cooking smell. And on the business point of view, what is really important is I listened to this audio, I'm sure everyone has heard it, by Charlie Durso, where he talks about going platinum and selling over 300 East Spring filters that year. And then just like Alan was talking about, and Arvind and Smith and Ashok and Poonam, about the ongoing income that can generate as well from the sale with the filter replacement. And that suddenly sparked an idea in my mind I never had before, with being more open about the big ticket items, that there is a demand out there. So the reason we have them in our inventory in our business is because people are looking for them. And until you ask, you don't really know why. And if you don't have it yourself, they're not going to trust you to buy it either. So I'm really proud of Israel and our team. He is actually being able to retail the atmosphere air treatment system by giving a physical demo when he invested in overnight to a customer. And then when they've used it, they are ready to purchase. I think that's great. And of course, I'm super proud of Bong Cheryl, who have the record of selling big ticket items. So I've learned a lot from seeing that if you just make the effort, definitely you can see the product move. So thank you guys, and back to you, Chris.
Thank you. So, all right. So that's about it for tonight. We're going to wrap up, and no evening would be complete without hearing from our wonderful leaders, Sid and Roop.
Chris, close the meeting, man.
Okay.
Roop, sorry. Roop has something to say, guys.
Oh, no, it's okay. VS on Monday by Gurjot Rehal. Just remember the next VS is instead of Tuesday, it's on Monday. Let's close the month strong, and let's see who sells the maximum number of big ticket items, all right, from this session. Thank you so much, Himanshu. And thank you from the bottom of our hearts, Cheryl and Bong. Amazing presentation. This is the bestest team in the whole world. You guys amaze me every day, right? Let's go strong, and back to you, Chris.
Perfect. All right. Well, that's all for tonight. So everybody have a great night. And as Roop said, let's finish the month strong and start the new fiscal year. All right. Good night.